chair over to Katya's changing table. Katya stared at Kate over his shoulder, blue eyes blinking at Kate from beneath a corkscrew assortment of black curls. Kate went to stand next to Dinah. "I could dry those dishes for you," she said in a small voice. "You can wash them, dry them, and put them away if you want," Dinah said amiably. Brightening, Kate took the sponge and waded in. "What in hell is going on with that broad?" Bobby demanded of his wife, soulmate and chosen partner in life, when the sound of Kate's truck had faded across the Squaw Candy Creek Bridge. "I can't lift a hand in my own goddamn house. For Christ's sake, Dinah, I'm not some cripple." "I know," Dinah said soothingly. In fact, he was missing both his legs below the knee, souvenir of a landmine in Vietnam, but it wasn't as if it slowed him down much, or at all. Bobby settled Katya into her crib for her afternoon nap. Katya, infuriatingly, stuck her thumb in her mouth and her butt up in the air, gave a deep, satisfied burp, and promptly fell asleep. "She never does that for me," Dinah said enviously. But Bobby was not to be distracted. "So what's wrong with her?" Dinah deduced correctly that he wasn't speaking of their daughter. His face, taut black skin stretched over high cheekbones, a broad brow, and a very firm chin, bore an anxious expression, which didn't become him, mostly because she'd never seen it before. Her heart melted, and she subsided gracefully into the lap that there was enough left of his legs to make. "I think it's her house." He was honestly bewildered. "Her house?" "The one the park built for her. I think she feels like she owes us." He still didn't get it, but he was calming down. He tucked a strand of white blonde hair behind her ear. "Why us?" "Not just us, Dinah said. "Everybody in the park, us. Everyone who had a hand in the construction and the furnishing thereof, anyway, and the purchase of materials for." "Oh, sure," Bobby said after a moment. "I get it. Her cabin burns down and the park rats build her a new one, so she turns herself into a one-woman version of the Salvation Army, with a little Jimmy Carter thrown in." "All summer long," Dinah said, nodding her head. "Billy Mike told me he had to throw her out of an NNA meeting before things escalated into a shooting war." Dinah was happy when Bobby grinned, and then threw back his head and laughed out loud. "I'd like to have been a fly on the wall that day." "Yeah. Billy said Kate kept insisting on telling the truth, out loud and in front of God and everybody. Said it took him a month to calm the board down to where he could get a decent vote out of them." Bobby shook his head. "How long do you think she's going to keep this up?" "I don't know. Edna told me Kate got her and Bernie a counselor so they could work on their marriage. Annie Mike says Kate's been calling in favors all the way up to the state Supreme Court to help out with Vanessa's adoption." Dinah paused and said with a straight face, "I hear tell she took Keith and Oscar fishing for reds down at the Aunties' fish camp." Bobby stared at her with an expression as close to awe as his face could humanly manage. "You gotta be shitting me, Cookman." Dinah shook her head, grave as a judge. "I shit you not, Clark. She camped out with them, and then she took them into Cordova, where she treated them to breakfast at the Coho Cafe." Bobby whooped so loudly this time that Katya grumbled and wiggled her butt. There were actual tears of mirth in Bobby's eyes. "Did they hit on any of the fishermen?" "Not that I've heard." He wiped his eyes. "She's gonna help the whole friggin' park into an early grave is what she's gonna do." Dinah grinned. "If someone doesn't help her there first." "I also hear tell that she was sitting in on one of the Auntie's quilting bees at the roadhouse the other night." There was a moment of dumbstruck disbelief. Bobby's jaw might even have dropped. "She sewed the quilt they were working on to her jeans." This time the whoop was so loud, Katya did wake up. "Okay," Old Sam said. He took a deep, calming breath and removed the boat hook from Kate's hand. "But, Uncle—" "Go to the galley," he said. "Write fish tickets." "But—" "Go. Now." Old Sam didn't sound calm that often, and when he did, it always presaged a Force 10 storm. Johnny held onto his pew with both hands, watching with wide eyes as Kate obeyed orders, and spent the rest of the sunny August afternoon stuck at the galley table, writing fish tickets for fishermen who were always absolutely certain that they had delivered half a dozen more reds than Old Sam had